What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including the McMahon's in serious trouble, former WWE IC champion arrested, did WWE just spoil a Clash in Italy match, Gunther bailed out Ludwig KAISER, a WWE tag champion undergoes surgery, a former WWE star almost died, Jim Ross suffers another scary fall, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. But before we get into the first story, we'd like to thank NORDVPN for sponsoring this video, as Clash in Italy will be live this weekend and streaming live on ESPN in the US. And if you're residing in the US and you just want to watch all on your own account, then you could do so via VPN. Also, if you want to catch SmackDown this week live, as it won't be live in the US as it's coming from Spain, and obviously you want to avoid spoilers, you could do so with the VPN, so simply head over to nordvpn.com/Wrestlelamia and sign up today. As always, thank you for your support. Now, first story looks at the McMahon's in serious trouble. Our top story today looks at a major legal development involving Vince McMahon and WWE's former leadership, as Delaware Chancery Court Vice Chancellor J. Travis Laster has officially sanctioned Vince McMahon and WWE President Nick Khan for destroying evidence. According to the ruling, McMahon and Khan altered the settings on the encrypted messaging app Signal so that messages would automatically disappear after a set period of time. As a result, key communications were deleted despite legal instructions requiring those records to be preserved. The ruling also names Paul Levesque, Stephanie McMahon, and Brad Blum in connection with the Signal messaging practices. The shareholder lawsuit alleges that McMahon pushed WWE toward a sale to Area Emanuel's endeavor because Emanuel was willing to keep him involved with the company despite the sexual misconduct allegations that have become public. One of the more revealing details in the ruling involves a message from Khan to McMahon containing the word Elangis, and when McMahon asked what in the blue hell it meant, Khan allegedly replied, "Read it backwards," a reference to Signal. The deleted messages reportedly involved merger discussions and communications related to the controversy surrounding McMahon. Because those records are no longer available, the judge then ruled that several key allegations will now be presumed true unless the defense can overcome a significantly higher burden at trial. The court also pointed to evidence suggesting McMahon, Khan, and their advisors favored a deal with Endeavor while moving away from other potential bidders. It further alleges that Khan helped facilitate communications with Endeavor before the formal sales process began. The non-jury trial begins June 8th and is expected to feature testimony from McMahon, Khan, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Area Emanuel, Mark Shapiro, and former WWE board members. With the sanctions now in place, McMahon and WWE's former leadership entered the trial facing increased scrutiny and a significantly steeper challenge in defending their own actions. Wow, Vince really screwed Vince. Next up, a former WWE IC champion arrested. A former WWE star, Curtis Axel, whose real name is Joseph Hennig, was arrested in Anoka County, Minnesota on May 17th. According to court records, the 46-year-old was charged with DUI, refusing to submit a chemical test, obstructing the legal process, possessing an open bottle of alcohol in the vehicle, and disorderly conduct. The records also show that Hennig was released from jail on May 19th. According to the criminal complaint, officers with the St. Francis Police Department responded to a property damage crash at a McDonald's shortly before 9 p.m. Police allege that Hennig backed his truck into another vehicle in the drive-thru before slowly driving through the parking lot. A McDonald's employee reportedly told responding officers that Hennig had been mumbling in the drive-thru, swearing at staff, and later yelling at the driver involved in the collision. When officers stopped Hennig's vehicle, they reportedly observed signs of impairment, including the smell of alcohol, bloodshot eyes, and slurred speech. It was then reported that Hennig refused multiple commands to exit the vehicle, leading them to remove him from the truck before placing him in handcuffs. Police also claimed he refused a chemical breath test and directed profanities towards officers while in custody. I mean, damn, being in the Royal Rumble all these years has definitely taken a toll on him. I'm sorry, I have no sympathy for this guy. Driving while intoxicated is a shitty offense, and he should serve time for it. Next up, did WWE just spoil a Clash in Italy match? The discussion began after WWE advertised a match for its upcoming European tour featuring Liv Morgan defending a championship against Io Sky and Sol Ruca. That immediately caught the attention of fans because Ruca is scheduled to challenge Becky Lynch for the Women's IC Championship at Clash in Italy. Some fans online are already calling out WWE for a potential spoiler, believing the advertisement suggesting that Ruca is not expected to leave Italy as champion. Now, if Ruka were to win the Women's IC Championship, it would seem unusual for WWE to immediately advertise her in another championship match against Liv Morgan during the same tour. However, there could be another explanation. Ruka's status for Clash in Italy has been under scrutiny ever since Saturday night's main event, where she appeared to suffer a minor leg injury. WWE even referenced the situation on the May 25th episode of Raw when Becky Lynch brought up Ruka's condition during a backstage segment. But despite those concerns, there's been no indication that Ruka will miss any scheduled appearances. In fact, she remains advertised for the European tour, which begins tomorrow. So while some fans see the advertisement as a potential clue about WWE's future plans, others view it as nothing more than a promotional listing that could change at any time. Next up, Gunther bailed out KAISER. There's been another development in the ongoing legal case involving Ludwig KAISER, and the latest update has also revealed some heartwarming information. According to Figure 4 Online, court records show that a pre-trial conference had now been scheduled for July 16th as the case continues to move through the legal system. The report also revealed that Gunther was the individual who posted KAISER's $1,000 bond following his arrest, allowing him to be released from custody. And this is awesome, as Gunther and Ludwig KAISER have been friends for decades now. And it's great to see that Gunther was still there for his friend at the end of the day. Next up, AJ Lee removed. Since her loss to Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 42, questions have now continued to surround the future of AJ Lee and whether fans will see her back in WWE anytime soon. There has been some speculation coming from WWE's official website where AJ Lee has been quietly removed from the company's superstar banner graphic. In her place is current NXT Women's Champion Lola Vice as part of a broader update that also added several newer names and removed a number of existing stars. Now, on the surface, the change may not mean much, as WWE frequently updates its promotional material, and being removed from a graphic doesn't automatically signal a departure or retirement. However, the timing has definitely raised some questions given AJ's absence from WWE programming since WrestleMania 42. That said, there's also reason to believe fans should not read too much into the change, as Fightful previously reported that AJ signed a multi-year contract upon a WWE return. It's also been reported that WWE plans on using AJ on a limited special attraction schedule rather than as a full-time weekly performer, and that decision is believed to be tied to a history of serious neck injuries. In fact, reports indicate WWE still hopes AJ Lee will return for a major storyline heading into SummerSlam this August. Next up, a WWE Tag Champion undergoes surgery. Logan Paul has now provided a major update on the setback he suffered at Saturday night's main event, and it appears that the damage was more serious than many initially realized. The injury was first confirmed on May 25th episode of Raw when Michael Cole revealed that Paul had suffered a torn tricep. And now Paul is shedding more light on the setback himself as he took to Instagram and revealed that he recently underwent surgery while fully awake to repair the tear. He also posted several photos from the procedure, including images showing the stitches in his arm. Now, according to Paul, doctors have projected a recovery timeline of approximately 6 months. However, he made it clear that he hopes to return much sooner. Obviously, this now creates a big question about WWE's plans moving forward, especially given Paul's current role on television. A torn tricep typically requires a lengthy recovery, so we're wishing him all the best. Next up, a former WWE star almost died. A former WWE star Fandango, now known as Johnny Dango Curtis, aka JDC, has now revealed that he nearly died during a substance abuse spiral while under contract with WWE. Speaking on TNA's Immersed documentary series, he reflected on a difficult period in his life while preparing to return to WWE television after nearly a year recovering from labrum surgery. According to him, the pressure and anxiety surrounding his comeback became overwhelming. Instead of boarding a flight to Oklahoma City for an episode of Raw, he went on a multi-day binge that nearly cost him his life. Like I just talked about, self-sabotaging. I didn't want to go back to TV and fail, or maybe I thought I would, so I decided to party for 3-4 days straight, and then I almost died in a hotel room and made a call to Mark Carrano and WWE and said I was ready, and that was the best night's sleep I ever had that night. I went into treatment for 60 days, and it was the best 60 days of my life. Best decision I ever made, besides marrying my wife. While many fans remember him for his entertaining run as Fandango, his story does serve as a reminder that personal struggles often continue behind the scenes, even for performers appearing on the biggest stage in wrestling. Thankfully, what could have ended in tragedy instead became the start of his recovery and a second chance. Next up, Andrade's mystery woman identified. Andrade continued his usual ringside trend on the May 27th episode of Dynamite, and the woman involved has now been identified. During his match against Ace Austin, Andrade once again found himself interacting with a woman at ringside, and this time she grabbed him by the neck while taking a selfie, leading to a bit of an awkward moment where Andrade briefly carried her toward ringside before placing her back in the crowd and continuing the match. The woman was identified as independent wrestler Tiara James, who later reacted to the viral moment on social media by posting, "I was on a mission." James has actually previously competed for several independent promotions, including WWR+, Wrestling Open, PCWA, MCW, and PWS. Next up, Jim Ross suffers another scary fall. Jim Ross may have made it to AEW Double or Nothing 2026 to call the match between Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly, but getting there turned into a nightmare. Speaking on his Grillin' JR podcast, he revealed that the problems began before the weekend even started. After questioning why he'd been booked on the 6 a.m. Saturday flight for a Sunday night event, things took a much worse turn while he was waiting for his driver.
Why would you fly me out at 6 in the morning for a Sunday night show? It makes no sense. You know, I'm not 17 anymore. So anyway, we had the alarm set. My driver was going to pick me up, and all of a sudden, I fell. I hadn't had a fall in weeks. So I fell and busted my ass away from my phone. I don't know how you do it. There's got to be a way to, I guess, just put it in my pocket. Hell, I don't know. If I had my phone with me, I could have got a little bit of help. So as a result of that, I missed my flight. And the flights right now, as you are aware, it's just horrible. Flying is the worst time of my life. Flying experiences have been horrible. So I got rebooked, and I got to New York City at LaGuardia that night, and I went down and had a cold beer with Excalibur, and talked to Barry Bloom, my agent, and just seeing people in the lobby of the hotel.
Unfortunately, the travel problems didn't end there. After finally arriving at his hotel, he revealed that his back gave out while he was trying to rest, leaving him in significant pain throughout much of the weekend. Despite the setbacks though, he still made it to Double or Nothing and fulfilled his commentary duties. He admitted that going forward he plans to keep his phone within arm's reach at all times so he can immediately call for help if another fall occurs. The fall, missed flight, travel issues, and back problems all came as Ross continues dealing with ongoing health concerns, including recent testing related to possible dementia or Alzheimer's. We're wishing JR all the best. Next up, Biggie criticizes WWE Creative. One of the major talking points coming out of Saturday night's main event was the show's main event tag team match, and it appears that Biggie was just as impressed as many viewers were. Speaking on Raw Recap, Biggie praised Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins for bringing fresh energy back into WWE's tag division. He also singled out Ford for his athleticism and charisma, and at the same time, Biggie suggested that the Street Profits have been underutilized by WWE Creative for far too long, spending months on the sidelines despite being healthy and ready to perform. I think in this ecosystem, there's so many new stars to be excited about, but let's not forget, some of those guys, Montez at this point is a vet, but still to me, one of the most underrated superstars on the roster. His level of athleticism, truly incredible. I know he's been out for quite some time. I think just kind of on the shelf, him and Dawkins. Not because of injury or anything, those guys have been sitting on the sidelines. It's been a breath of fresh air, especially for the tag division, to have those two back. Biggie's comments also echo a sentiment shared by many fans who have long viewed the Street Profits as one of WWE's most talented teams, but felt they were underutilized for extended periods. And finally, John Cena visits the WWE Performance Center. Our final story today looks at John Cena, who continues to help shape WWE's future even after stepping away from active competition. Cena was recently spotted at the PC after several NXT talent and developmental athletes shared photos and videos from his visit on social media. Among them was Delia Schweizer, who revealed that the talent had an opportunity to hear Cena speak about his experiences in the wrestling business and the lessons he learned throughout his legendary career. Alicia Daniel also shared a photo with Cena, while NXT talent Shyla Hill posted a video featuring a brief appearance from the 17-time world champion in support of Hill's Mr. NXT campaign. Now, while his days as an active competitor may be over, Cena continues to help the next generation of WWE stars develop their craft. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.